Tell Me a Story brought to you by COVID Recovery Iowa. Why the Sun and the Moon Live in the Sky. Illustrations by Blair Lent by Elphinstone Dayrell. Many years ago, the sun and water were great friends, and both lived on earth together. The sun very often used to visit the water, but the water never returned his visits. At last the sun asked the water why it was that he never came to see him in his house. The water replied that the sun's house was not big enough, and if he came with his people he would drive the sun out. The water then said, "If you wish me to visit you, you must build a very large house. But I warn you that it will have to be a very large place, as my people are very numerous and take up a lot of room." The sun promised to build a very large house, and soon afterwards he returned to his wife, the moon, who greeted him with a broad smile. The sun told the moon what he had promised the water, and the next day began building a large house in which to entertain his friend. When it was completed, he asked the water to come and visit him. When the water arrived, one of his people called out to the sun and asked him whether it would be safe for the water to enter. And the sun answered, "Yes, tell my friend to come in." The water then began to flow in, accompanied by the fish and all the water animals. Very soon the water was knee-deep, so he asked the sun if it was still safe, and the sun again said, "Yes." So more of them came in. When the water was level with the top of the man's head, the water said to the sun, "Do you want more of my people to come?" And the sun and the moon both answered, "Yes," not knowing any better. So the water's people flowed on until the sun and the moon had to perch themselves on top of the roof. Again the water addressed the sun. He received the same answer, so more of his people rushed in. The water very soon overflowed the top of the roof, and the sun and moon were forced to go up into the sky, where they have remained ever since. The end. The story of how the sun and the moon came to live in the sky is told here as it might have been with African tribesmen, dressed to represent the elements and the creatures of the sea. The story was originally told by Elphinstone Dayrell, a district commissioner of southern Nigeria, in his book, Folk Stories from Southern Nigeria, West Africa. And he heard the story from the Efik Ibibo peoples of southern Nigeria. But the illustrations have been influenced by all Africa, and they do not represent any one tribe or African country. The end. Please check out our contact information for more resources. Thanks.